Hey everybody, and welcome back to Disco Elysium. So, we found out a little bit more about our disco dancer up here, and about the death of the hanged man, or his death before he was hanged at least. So, we need to go get some more information from her. Like, who was the other person? I think she was with someone else at the time he was shot. Like, we need some info from you, lady.
It's always good to see you.
I don't know if it is good to see me right now, honestly. Something in her demeanor has changed. She's tired, consigned to her fate, to being here with you and what's to come. The Hardy Boys, I was thinking, do we want to try to put a point into volition to try to unlock this, but I kind of don't. The Hardy Boys told us what really happened. I understand. Just like that, no resistance. Her shoulders are slouched, her feet long and straight. You don't look surprised. You were expecting this. You sent us on a runaround. You lied to us, miss. Chill. I'm the cool cop, remember? You don't look surprised. I knew there was a chance you'd get them to tell you. It's what you do. You're the police. For what it's worth, I'm sorry for wasting your time. This is good. Clear the air first between you two, then move on to questions. Is it? Something is off here. Shh. I can't hear what she's saying. Rhetoric, you are us, so you can definitely hear. Let the miss speak. She's tall and thin and tired, a twig trying so hard not to break. If you knew we would find out eventually, why did you waste our time? Because of the Hardys. I couldn't just dispense with them. They were only trying to help me. Out of the shit I'd gotten into. It's not a good enough reason, or cool, I'm satisfied with this. You know what, those are pretty intimidating guys, and at some point they seemed like, once she told, I mean, they seemed like they could seek revenge on her. So, you know what, I mean, I don't really blame you if you were intimidated and afraid. So, okay, cool. Oh well, Kim is not satisfied. There's more to hear, miss. You're right, there's more? What more? You answer to the coalition government, and by extension, the moral intern. She reaches for a new cigarette, briefly glancing over her shoulder to the sea, as she's done time and time again. A grand expanse of water reaches over the bay into the horizon, golden gray in the noonlight, and what's there? The Pale, the Mundi Sola, the Occident, and then Oranje, the old world. Is that why you're looking over your shoulder? You're afraid of the moral intern? Or what's the RCM involvement with the moral intern got to do with this? The RCM isn't the lapdog of the moral intern. You don't have to worry. Yeah, you don't have to worry. I mean, we're an independent organization. You share a database with them. You send people to their courts. Well, what's going on? Why are you so afraid? What did you do? Just business, but bad business for some people in the moral intern. If I show up in your records, officer, they will find me. They will. What happens if they do? They will kill me, sir. If you file my name, take me in for questioning, enter me into the moral intern mill. There's a wince and a pained little smile. Well, then I'm fucked. For nothing. This murder didn't have anything to do with me. What did you do to have these people after you? What happened here the night he died? Why'd you call the cops if you're hiding? When was the window changed? Last week. Angus and Titus's brother, I think he called Tibbs, took care of it. You should have another look at that window after this. Reconstruct the scene. It's right there. Yeah, but not right now. Still, you see the glass sparkling out of the corner of your eye. Okay, yeah, uh-huh. What did you do to have these people after you? It's not nice, but it's not illegal. Not here in Revachol, or even in Oranje. What exactly did you do? Industrial espionage. I joined a business collective with the intention of betraying them. I did my job well enough to be asked to do it again. With a bigger company, the kind you really, really don't fuck with. I took their ledgers, 2 decades worth of accounting. I need the names of the companies involved and who hired you. The job was Loosduin County Savings Bank. They sound small, but they're part of the Looskop conglomerate. That was the second job. The first was some printer company. You wouldn't know them. As to who hired me for the job, I don't know. But they're after me too. Along with Looskop and their friends in the MI. Once you're done in the competitive intelligence circuit, you don't have allies. You're radioactive. Looskop. Those people engineer financial disasters in second world countries. The conglomerate also includes the Bank of Consecration, Ayerberg, and the popular Papa Lolo line of dairy products. So we can just scream, Papa Lolo! No, we're not. I'm sure that there are people who have done this, who have done much worse than that. Serves them right. When I am king, this savings bank will be the first against the wall. You're right, this is bad. You've destroyed what people have built. Or that's a lot of shit you got yourself into. Let's be matter of fact. That's a lot of shit. It is. Many people lost their jobs, not just the C-suite. Ordinary people. What I did to get to accounting, a lot of people got hurt. But that's just more of my shit you shouldn't have to deal with. You're solving a murder. And what happened here? We were there. Together. In bed, I mean. What exactly happened? Okay. He was in a kneeling position. Little brother? Little brother, take all the children out of the room. He had just entered me. I was on my back looking at him. I heard the window behind me shatter, and I turned to look. There was a hole in the glass. I turned back to him. His eyes were looking through me, and his mouth was open. Dumb. I could see. I could. Her chest rises and falls with each word. She keeps herself together and says it. I knew he was dead before he fell down on top of me. Then what happened? He was heavy. I pushed him off and he fell to the floor. There. He only had his boots on. I bit the pillow not to scream, then ran downstairs. There's a long pause. She just stands there, her arms to her side. Then she continues. I waited for the second shot to come. For me. I thought there would be one. It never came. She's forgotten about the cigarette. The butt has burned right down to her fingernails. Your cigarette, miss. I'm sorry this happened to you. Are you sure you're not making this up? That's a motherfucker. Or, we're going to need more details. Ma'am, please don't burn your fingers. Oh. She looks at it and quickly tosses the butt aside. I'm sorry this happened to you. So am I. She proceeds to light another cigarette. What time was this? When did it happen? It would help if you could be as precise as possible. 11:30, 12:15. I don't know the exact time. Around midnight. That's okay. Were you inebriated? Not as much as usual. He'd done a line. Plus other things. I was drinking. Wait. Titus said she was gurning off her jaw. Much more than usual. Titus said you looked pretty high, or it doesn't matter, better not mention it, no. You looked pretty high. Oh, yeah. I did one of his lines, just to clear my head. Did you hear or see the shooter in the course of this? No. What did you do? Nothing. I was trapped. I was stuck in my room downstairs. I got some clothes on and crawled back up, drew the blinds. Blood was coming from his mouth. Not a lot, just a little. He was still on the floor, slouched. I couldn't be there with him anymore, so I ran down, and out of the room, into the hallway, down the stairs. I knew there would be people there. What happened after you ran downstairs? When it happened, did you hear a gunshot? Did you kill him? Did the people after you have killed him? Why did you call the cops if you're hiding? Um, First off, when it happened, did you hear a gunshot? When he was shot, I may have. I don't know. I couldn't hear anything over the glass exploding. The gunshot wasn't that loud? This is something to keep in mind when assessing the distance of the shot. It's exactly what I thought, perception. What happened after you ran downstairs? Sylvie was tending the bar. A lot of people were there. The Hardys were at the table in front of the stage. I think the union box was full. Ruby was there too. Oh, who's this Ruby? I haven't heard this name before. They were having such a good time. I sat down and they all welcomed me. I didn't even have to say anything. Ruby knew something was wrong. Ruby? Before we continue, who's Ruby? Ruby, you know, the leader? The leader of what? The Hardy Boys? Thought Hardy was the leader of the Hardy Boys. Well, nominally, yes. Ruby's the one they go to when things happen. Like, things they need taken care of. She's the organizer. Okay, well, what then? Well, Ruby said, let's talk upstairs. I showed her the room. I've known these people since December. They know my situation, that I can't leave a paper trail. Ruby was the first one I told. She said she'd take care of this. It's what she does, you know, take care of things. I helped her get the body to the bathroom, then we used a belt to pull him up into the shower, to keep him upright. Okay. To mislead you. They were tampering with the body. Ah, okay. So, the lividity, the blood pooling in the extremities, they wanted him standing up. So it looked like he was hanged. Okay. And not laying down on the floor, blood pooling in the abdomen. To produce lividity matching a hanging. There you go, Kim. Yes. We completely missed the tampering. Looks like you got there in time. What was this, 20 minutes after death? About 20, yes. Ruby explained it would make the blood, you know what it does. She looks at the ground, then raises her light brown eyes to meet yours. Then what did you do? Ruby went outside to talk to Titus and the boys. I was just looking at Lely in the bathroom. I had to put his clothes back on, his armor too. It was tough, but I've seen him take it off and put on many times. It took Ruby maybe half an hour to come back with Titus. I'd gotten him ready by then. They carried him out. I knew what they were going to do, make it look like a hanging. Ruby said they would. And what did you do while they were doing this? Ruby said to wait here. She also said I wouldn't see her for a while, that we should lay low or something, so I did. And where is Ruby now? Make Titus give up Ruby's location. I don't know. I haven't seen her since. We will need to take this question to the Hardy Boys. Interesting. Why did this Ruby go through so much trouble to hide something someone else did? Look into this later. Alright, did you kill... I don't think she killed him. There's no sense in just pressuring her for that. Could the people after you have killed him? It's probably rude, because if she's thinking this, that's... you know, that's upsetting to her, but we have to at least confirm her thoughts. That's the first thing that went through my head when I heard the glass break. And I thought they'd found me. They've killed him to punish me. All last week I've tried not to talk to anyone or be seen with anyone, so they wouldn't be hurt. I've come to understand, however, this is paranoia. What happened didn't have anything to do with me. But maybe it did. It probably didn't. I mean, it probably didn't, because they haven't been after you. You've been up here smoking on the frickin', you know, rooftop balcony. If they wanted to snipe you, they could have sniped you, like, all day, every day. It probably didn't. Or, I don't know anything anymore. All I do is wait here. We can't go after Luskop. Not yet. There are other saner leads. I don't ask you to, Lieutenant. If there's one thing I know, it's that you'll get nothing from there. Okay, yeah, so Luskop can't answer any of my questions. That's cool. Why did you call the cops? Because I'm an idiot. which is an indicator of... The answer comes fast, which is an indicator of truth. Idiot. She's nothing of the sort. So you would have us believe. But you're not. I don't think so. Why'd you do it? I'm not going to disagree with you. You're not an idiot. Not if you can do all this espionage stuff. You have to understand, the people around here, no one was making the call, and he kept rotting. And then they picked his clothes off, and that little fucker threw stones at him. Her jaw is clenched. Her throat moves. It takes all her strength not to cave in and sob once. Just one time. He kept throwing stones at him for 3 days. I could hear the thud. Thud. So I called you. I hope with all my heart it's not the last thing I do in Ravishal. She definitely called the cops. That was task complete. It could not have been a lie. That is impossible. I'm not going to ask her if she killed him. I think we're done here for now. She nods silently. She doesn't even smoke. Just picks up the cold coffee and holds it in her hands. The lieutenant glances at you, then at the door. He's thinking, are we done here? In God's name, wake up. Let's put our points in drama if we can and try that, whatever that is. Also, let's see, does our key open this door or the door downstairs? Nope. Alright, points in drama. Let's just scream at her. Drama, drama, drama. What do we have with this drama? Mesh tank top. Silk robe. God, that is an awful decision. Why in the world would I ever want to be in this? A bow tie. Alright, well I guess that's where we're going with. It's awful, but I'm all about the stats and not the aesthetic.
Officer, what brings you up here in the rain?
Wake up! Who? What? Dear God, you've been lied to. She could have killed her lover and lied to everyone. She's not candid at all. She's smoke and mirrors and will-o-wisps. She probably didn't give you her real name either. Why would she? Arrest her immediately before she further entangles you in her web of lies. I thought we were waking her up, not waking up ourselves. Kim, why have we not arrested her yet? You know, I think you didn't make that call to the station. Your real name isn't Klasia Amadou. What if I told you you're under arrest, miss? That's not your real name. I agree. You wouldn't give us your real name. Not when people are after you. Okay. Her voice cracks suddenly, like there's a garrote around her neck. Okay, what? Okay, it's not. Good. You can tell me the truth. You log your work every week. It's all transmitted to Common Sore. I couldn't just beg you to not enter my name, so I lied. Like I lied before. Like I did at LCSB. The savings bank. I have to lie all the time. I'm so tired of it. Tell me your real name, please. It's Kaderzine Alashjiz. Alakzia. Yeah, I'm never pronouncing that again. The smile on her face is timid, almost painfully so. It's a Grad name. Zhimsk or Yugograd in origin. Not Occidental at all. Smells of motor oil, taiga, economic desolation, and rock music. Infused alcoholism. Hold on. Not even an Oran Yi's name. Not even Mundi. It's Grad. Finally we meet. I'll keep calling you that, yeah. I'll keep calling you Miss Orania Disco Dancer. That's not even a Oran Yi's name. My parents were Zhimsk immigrants, but I'm nationalized. Oranyis. All I can remember is Oranya. Alexei is my father's name. Alexei. Yes, Alexei. Like Alexei, but not. Um, I'll just keep calling you Klasha. It's easier. That's cool. She doesn't feel like a Klasha. She feels like nothing. That's enough. Um, you know, I think you didn't make that call to the station. No, I don't have any reason to think that. What if I told you you're interested? I mean, there's a reason for all this. Like, we did this skill check, but do I believe it? Or is it just some wild rantings of a crazy man? Let's change this subject. She slowly, or let's change the subject for the time being. She slowly lights another cigarette and steadies her breath, as if in the presence of some tiger. You are. This is not the end of this. Okay, so we're a tiger? Let's get back to those lies you told. No, let's return to this later. And let's go check out the window. And maybe that'll give us a little more insight. And let's change out that crazy outfit eventually. Let's put on some visual calculus clothes. We need a reason to change our clothes. I don't think we have much in the way of visual calculus clothes, though. Anything. Please, anything that I can put over. The glasses don't help. Plus one visual calc. There we go. Alright, I'll take it. It's a little wild looking, but I'll take it. What happened here? The golden light melts away into the blue, glassy darkness of your mind. In it are two neon-lit shapes. A man and a woman on the single bed. What position are they in? Like the witness said, the man is kneeling, the woman is on her back. It's the night of March 4th, and a shot has just been fired. The man looks directly at the woman. The shot's possible directions converge in his mouth. A ray cast from somewhere outside, entering his brain. Where does it come from? From the roof outside, location A prime. The glass fractures around the bullet hole. Shards face inward like a corona behind the woman's back. Inspect the figures? The man does not even know the bullet has entered his brain. He never will. Death comes faster than the realization. Well, it could be worse. Have a look at point A, the roof. The ray cast from the man's mouth unravels into a fan of possible directions. All on the roof at first. The shot could have come from any of them. This is composite location A prime, most likely of the origin points. Shouldn't there be gun residue outside? So I'm 80% sure the roof is where the shot was made from? I mean, gun residue, if it was way off, gunshot residue, I don't know. Like, the gunshot residue could be like across the street. With an antique weapon, or 72% sure that the roof is where the shot was made from. 72% with an antique weapon that fires military-grade ammunition. A Bell McGraw rifle, for example. This is a good short distance, but not too short. The perpetrator aimed with their back against the railing, or possibly kneeling for precision. This would explain why it only took them one shot. The lights were on in here. Outside it was dark. It was like shooting fish in an aquarium, a well-lit aquarium. The victim opened his mouth to let the bullet in. Neither of them would have seen anything outside in the darkness, too busy with their own bodies. Could the shot have come from inside the room? Well, then it wouldn't have went through the window, but I guess they could have broken the window later. Point X would contradict the woman's testimony, rendering the entire proposition void. These figures would be wiped out, Detective. Are there any arguments against A prime? None that you found thus far. but that doesn't mean there aren't any. So yeah, like up here, I should have called it out up here before the scene shifted, but like we can see here we are at the whirling. That's A prime, and then there was B prime over here, which was like the boardwalk area, and there was like B double prime, which was up here at Land's End, and like B triple prime, which is some island we definitely don't have access to. Could there have been another point of origin further away? That's 28%, yes. In this model, the shot could have come from a greater distance. Nothing excludes the possibility. Should we extrapolate to include every possible point of origin in Martinez? Extrapolate the radius to include all of Martinez. Yeah, there we go. So, yeah, B prime, B double prime, B triple prime comes from way over here. But that wouldn't even make sense because the angle would be so stupid. Like, if he was on the bed and he was shot in the mouth, really, from this angle, the only position it could have come from was, like, down here in the, like, the fishing village. Not that direction. Those are, like, perpendicular to the shot. According to your map of the district, the shot could have come from a wide angle of locations, starting with the northern edge of the abandoned boardwalk. I disagree. Ending within islet and the bay. Let's call them B prime. B prime for boardwalk, B double prime for Land's End, and B triple prime for the islet. Could be islet, but I think it's islet. No, not a word I use very often. There may be smaller points in between, but those are too fine to zoom in on. Okay, so let's have a look at the boardwalk. 700 meters away, the likeliest of these B positions. 20% shot or chance. A skilled sniper could have made the shot, provided he had a safe sniper's nest. Even with the light on inside, we're talking military training. At that distance, the perpetrator would have had to take wind direction into account. Okay, and Land's End. 1.2 kilometers away, the least likely of these positions, let's say 3%. A truly skilled sniper could have done it, possibly from a tent. No, that's too far-fetched. Okay, B triple prime. 1 kilometer away, a point beyond the docks, on an island in the bay. The fort is ruined, but the perpetrator may have found a stable spot on the beaches surrounding it, where the concrete crumbles into the sea, as you saw in the coin-operated viewer. I like that they called out that I've seen it, that I know this position. The shot would have been a miracle 5% likelihood. More likely than this one. Okay. There is an extremely narrow field of view from the bay to the window between Rue de Saint-Gilles 10 and 33A. The angle would have been extreme, and access to the islets is questionable. Kim, do you think the shot could have come from further than the roof? From where precisely? Let's say B prime, B double prime, and B triple prime. I see you've given this a lot of thought. Are those the locations you've singled out, in addition to the roof? And what is the likelihood, in your opinion, that it came from a further distance? It's okay. It's much less than the roof, but still. Okay, well, we should see if there's a gunshot residue or sniper's nest if we go down the coast. Roll these spots out, one by one. It would be the diligent thing to do. Until then, personally, I'm going to go with the roof version. A simple hypothesis can be wrong, but it's something to build on. Alright, it's 2 o'clock. It's just for giggles. She doesn't have anything to say about the person being right on her balcony, does she?
Officer, what brings you up here in the rain?
I need to ask about your room. No. So I guess... Nice of her to say, like, again, these little details, like talking about the rain when it is in fact raining. Calling out that we've seen the island through those viewers. Real good attention to detail in the writing here. Alright, well... Titus, can you want to tell me about Ruby? Garta, do you know anything about Ruby?
Hey, is there some?
No, there's nothing. I just wanted to ask you about Ruby. Titus, my boy.
It's you again. What is it?
Talk to Klasia. Now we need to talk to Ruby. Why? Because she's your real leader. I'm going to level with you. She's the next link in the chain that leads me to Lily's killer. I have seen her in a laudanum-induced delirium. The paranormal instinct whispers her name into my ear. Look, I need to pin this on someone, and I decide to pin this on her, or I suspect she killed the victim, that's why. No, we don't have any suspects at this point. Look, she's the next link in the chain. Sounds like you're making her a suspect in this. I'm not! I just want to ask her questions. Not on my watch, you're not. Ruby's one of us. We're not gonna throw her under your moral intern steamroller. Fuck that shit. And fuck you too, moral... word. He throws a glance at Titus as the last syllable leaves his lips. Big guy sighs. Ruby is missing. If you guys hide from the police in a murder investigation, you become a suspect. So if she hides. You know how it works, guys. There is nothing. That's just legalese. You don't even have a sound theory. I don't want to be rude, but we're trying to get some R&R here. Think you could just fuck off now? I didn't see what popped up. I think we'll keep sticking around, Titus. You'll be surprised how quickly a theory presents itself if you keep looking. Impossible logic. Found a key, saw the winch, staged like a play, reconstructed murder scene, found an antique rifle. So if we can improve our logic, well, let's try that out. Why do we say? That's why we have all these clothes. What is our logic at? No, any increase? No? Put on the weird hat? My apologies if this is the, no, put on this hat. My apologies if the conical hat is the shape of hat native to your area. I should not be calling it a weird hat or whatever I said. It's not fair to other people's cultures that they wear such hats. And now I've forgotten what I'm doing. I'm looking for logic. Alright, that's it. We've got our logic up +3 because we're wearing this fancy hat. Kind of a weird hat, honestly. And some flip-up glasses.
It's you again. What is it?
83% chance to present a solid theory about why Ruby couldn't have done it. Or why Ruby could have done it. Oh, double 6. Critical success. A sudden flash of lightning in your near cortex. The hostile cafeteria is lit by its eerie blaze. Floor plans, bullet trajectories, webs of human emotion all channeled into a single theory. Why are you so sure Ruby didn't off him? Because she was here all night, with us. He's cobbling together shit so he can put her away. It's Cop 101. She was here all night? 11:30 to 12:25. She was here during that time? Yeah, with us, drinking, near the stage there. And she didn't go to the toilet? She didn't go to the bar? I mean, the bar's right here, honestly. She didn't go out for fresh air for one smoke? Yeah, she'd have to go... I don't know where the toilet is in this place, if one exists. She didn't go out for fresh air, like outside, one time, and crawl up onto the roof. No. That's a lie. You know that's not the case. In the whole 45-minute window, she was with you all the time. You know that's not the case. Alright, she took a fucking leak, okay? For one moment. Maybe went out too. She has a complex operation to run from her lorry. She's a busy girl. Always has been. Complex operation is probably something illegal. Just because she was gone for 5 minutes doesn't mean she magically got to the roof and shot the merc. I've been through this. It's not plausible. He's been through it. That means he suspected her too. Alright, we're in. We got Ruby unaccounted for some time during the window. This was crucial. Now let's place her on that roof. You do agree that the shot came from the roof, right? Ruby could have gotten to the roof from somewhere inside the whirling. A skilled Sambo artist could have climbed the outer wall like a spider. Or have you ever noticed the winch out back on the outer wall? I've seen the winch. I'm not blind. You're saying she reeled herself up by her collar? Some kind of... You can't even come up with an analogy. Kitten? Let's go with that. Point is, it's just a rusty winch. It doesn't put her on the roof. Well, you know, a skilled Sambo artist could climb the outer wall like a spider. Or, you do agree that the shot came from the roof, right? Why not? You can't draw a straight line into Clash's window from any of the surrounding buildings, not from what I know about Martinez. Maybe from the coast, but like you said, I've been too busy dealing with you idiots. So no, I don't think it was a sniper. It was close up. There's a 72% chance the bullet came from that roof. 72%? There's a percentage at all. Where'd you get it from? Your guys in the lab? Definitely lie. The truth is not credible. I analyzed it on the spot. Turns out I can do that. But yes, we have a ballistics lab we can run. We consult in cases like this. So, drama says we lie, we lie. Wouldn't hurt to have one of those in Martinez, the ballistics lab. Still, all the labs in the world don't put her on that roof. How did she get there? Climb? She could have gotten to the roof from somewhere inside the whirling. Nah, the only way up there is through Clash's room. Maybe there's more. Maybe like that door in the back. How much do you guys know about this place? We've only been drinking here for what, 6 years? How much do we know? Been thinking of getting whirling in rags tattooed on my ass, boss. There you go. Tatted on his ass. We know the place. There's a locked door in the kitchen and another on the roof. Ever been through those? No, but that doesn't prove anything. It's just 2 doors. We're not giving you Ruby for that. She's one of us. The lieutenant leans closer to Eugene. What if they're connected by the winch, Eugene? That's your name, right, Eugene? If they're connected, she could have gone to the kitchen, gone up, shot him on the roof, then came down, all in 5 minutes. How about that? Yes, she could have. This is one long shot. Tell you one thing. I liked how that goddamn winch came up again. That was nifty. I agree. Good job, Kim. The key I found here, maybe it's for a secret route. Or have we firmly established Ruby could have had access to the roof where the man was shot? Or, key I found here, maybe it's for the secret route. Your maybe isn't good enough, cop. You found some key. Did it have Ruby killed him written on it? Good one. It was in your box. I take it Ruby's been here? Yeah, so what? She's been here. There's some key here. So she killed him? It's a whack in the dark, and you goddamn know it. Is it? It proves that there are things about the whirling in rags that he doesn't know. He must see that. Well, you know, a skilled Sambo artist could have climbed the wall. Garbage. It wasn't a Sambo artist, cop. I've been doing this for 10 years. Let me give you a lesson, boys. It's never a Sambo fighter, and it's never a bullet-bending sniper. Or a ghost. It's never a ghost either. Don't worry. We've got better than that. Yeah, so, have we firmly established that Ruby could have access to the roof? Firmly? Try shit on a stick. All you've established is a possible route to the roof that you haven't even found. And even then, a route that doesn't put the bullet in the merc's head. A gun does that, and Ruby doesn't carry one. Phase 2, murder weapon. Get a gun in her hand? If not that, then at least a shadow of a doubt in the shape of a gun. Just don't contradict yourself. If it doesn't sound like Ruby did it, maybe keep it to yourself. What if you miss some interesting information that way? The choice is ultimately yours, but guys, this is Revachol. Anyone could get a gun around here. Anyone. I've analyzed the bullet that killed him. It was jacketed. There's a 28% chance that the shot came from beyond the roof. Show them the antique rifle. There are weapons just like this laying around Martinez. The local pawn shop sold my lost gun to a woman. Maybe it was her. Don't contradict yourself. If it doesn't sound like Ruby did it, maybe keep it to yourself. Okay, so let's go with, maybe she bought our gun. You lost your gun? Oh, crap. We should have told him that. What an idiot. The big man leans closer. Tell me, did you lose it before the murder? No? I don't know, honestly. No? Of course not. And Ruby didn't use your lost gun to kill him. Stop talking about your lost gun. God damn it. You'll get a heart attack. It was merely a thought exercise. He did not lose his gun. Let's move on. And why the fuck was he asking you for your gun, huh? When he tried shooting himself or some shit. Because he doesn't have his own. That's a solid logic structure. Do something. This is bad. Their weapons like this, just laying around Martinez. Yeah, let's show them the antique rifle. That looks antique. A Belle McGraw. It's inoperable. Where'd you get it? There's a cellar under the bookshop. It was hidden there with others just like it. 20, maybe 30 rifles, Titus. Also broken, but still, maybe there were too many. And there must be other caches too. God damn it, we need to close that dump down for good. Okay, I see your point. There are guns laying around. Damn it, I thought we found all the old spots. Why was that still there? We just missed one. Ruby doesn't know this place, boss. Just these cops digging up shit. I've analyzed the bullet that killed him. It was jacketed. So it had to come from a breech-loading rifle, military grade. Not even you militia monkeys have those. This goes against your short-range theory. If the murder weapon was military grade, how did Ruby get it? You just showed him a breech-loading gun. I just showed you a breech loader that any child could have. Just because it's rare doesn't mean you can get it. You can't get it. I'm just being upfront with what I know. You're right. I'm never solving this case. No, I just showed you a breech loader. A broken old broomstick is what you showed me. But point taken. Time to really close the deal. Show them the bullet. This is the bullet that did it. 4.46 millimeter. The Belle McGraw uses the same caliber. The blonde man looks at the mushroom Deathbringer in the evidence bag and says, yeah, the bitch is jacketed alright. 4mm too. Whoa. Well, goddamn. It's not proof, but it's a possible murder weapon. Close to her. Too goddamn close. You have been thorough. I'll give you that. I didn't say I'd prove that she had the murder weapon, just that we needed to find her. I don't know, cop. Why don't you find your lost gun first? Easy now, Al. This isn't comedy hour. Titus, we're not seriously considering it, are we? Ruby wouldn't do this. Why would she do something like this? Phase 3, motive. The last component. It's not why did she kill him, it's why did she organize the cover-up. Maybe it's all part of your leadership challenge against you, Titus. No, why did she cover it up? And I suppose you have a theory on that? She could have been covering up for herself, Titus. Think about it. Why go through all that effort? It was her idea, wasn't it? The hanging. You went along, but she suggested it. She had like a fully formed plan and shit, right when she came downstairs. See? That's smart. She'd been planning this out. It wasn't just spur of the moment. You're smart, Shanky. Really, Shanks? Klashin wanted to talk to another girl, that's all. She was just the first one up there. I could have come up with that plan if I'd been first. No, you couldn't, Eugene. I don't believe you. Time for a logics demonstration. Eugene, let's assume you killed him. Shanky, let's assume you killed him. Titus, let's assume you killed him. I don't know. Titus. Let's assume you killed him, Titus. You're on thin ice here, asshole. It's a thought exercise, Titus. Think. You kill him. Get up there. Shoot him. Get down. Would you prefer to go on trial with your men as part of the lynch mob alone for cold-blooded murder? Alone. I don't drag my men into shit with me. If she used us, then that's a serious violation of the Hardy Code, boss. But she didn't. She never would do that. Why aren't more of you fucking defending her? This is fucking stupid, Titus. Glenn, thought the same thing when she skipped town and left us in this shit. Oh, so he didn't rule her out completely, and now she skipped town. This is good. Titus, you have to see it. Things don't add up. We need to talk to her. He's just silent. He looks around the room. Theo nods. A very small nod, and a trickle of tobacco spit on his lip. Yeah, I see it. There's one more thing I've been wondering about. Ever since you asked me where she is. Add it to your list of suspicions if you want. I don't know. I don't know where she went. She just up and left. Got real scared, too. Wouldn't tell me why, however hard I asked. Want to know why? Why? She was afraid I would tell you. Maybe she was right. By now I probably would. She knew there's evidence on her, and she knew we'd find it. This is typical suspect behavior. Why fleeing is always incriminatory. Yeah. 70 points and a level up. Task updated. Perhaps. Ask her if you find her. It won't be easy, though. She made sure of that. When did she leave? Friday afternoon. When you first arrived. I got word the RCM was in town when she came in to see me. Told me she was leaving. That's when we had our little conversation. What was she scared of? I just told you. You. Me? As in the RCM? No. You. As in the cop with the sideburns and the disco clothes. No wonder she's afraid. I have come to declare the ending of the human experiment. She probably knew me from my singing days. I'm sorry, God. Why does everyone flee at the sight of my shadow? I have no idea why she'd be scared. I'm just a normal cop with regular thoughts in his head. Sure. Normal. Okay. What else did Ruby tell you? She said you have a funny taste in clothes and that you won't stop. I won't stop until you have something on her. She said she's heard of you from Jamrock, that you're a human can opener, that you play suspects against each other, open them up like cans. Fucking hell. Titus, did he just open Angus up like a can? Yes, he did. Now we can whine about it, whack him, or we can go on with our lives. I'm having a go on with our lives kind of day, Al. How about you? Is that true, Kim? Am I a can opener, or... Alright, so Elaine is just silent and he nods. He wants to go on with his life. Anything else? Yeah, there was something else. She wouldn't tell me, though. I could see she wanted to. It was burning on her lips. This cop, Titus. This cop, But she was too scared. Everart's file on you seemed thin on info. She must know from somewhere else. From Jamrock. Something more. Could she have gotten this info from Everart, or... That will only piss him off. He's not going to yap about Everart. Yeah, let's skip the Everart thing. Of course. I should have known. Concentrate on tracking down Ruby. Do you have any clues about where she went? She's not far. We know that much. She didn't take her lorry. So she's on foot. Good fucking luck, man. You know this place like she knows this place like the back of her hand. You'll never find her. Yeah, Al. And we won't either. She's not really a Hardy candidate anymore, is she? She's not, Glenn. Could she be in that room? Is she a communist? Is she in the room with the padlock? Have you looked for her? A little. On the coast. Where have you looked for her, more precisely? More precisely? On the coast. Past the waterlock. She's not here, so I'm thinking she's there. Who's doing this? They're all here. Oh yeah, so who's looking for her? You're all here, so who's looking? Lizzie needed some air. The gardener? But she went to tell Everart. So she didn't go to tell Everart. No. No one goes to tell Everart anything. He knows what he has to know, and fast. It's called a radio, you believe? The gardener may have played you again when she stormed out. She has her own plan. So she's out there, possibly with Ruby. Can you tell me on the coast where I should start looking? Sure. There's some shit houses there, Cinderblock Town. The fisher folk there refuse to unionize. So that's one place we haven't looked. I hear they have a shack where junkies sometimes crash. Time for you to step up. We'll start there. One more question. What does Ruby look like? Boyish. Hair's red. Dyed. She looks like a lorry man. Is her name Kuna West? Is she, in the backyard? It's not much, but it'll do. It'll have to. He puts out his hand. Let's shake it. The grip is firm and reassuring, like holding a piece of unpolished granite. You know, I don't usually do this. I just measure things, but... You said it would be nice to have a ballistics lab. You could use ours. Why? What's... You know, I don't usually do this. I just measure things, but... You said it would be nice to have a ballistics lab. You could use that. Let's click it and see what happens. Nah, we're good. Why not? You could turn this thing into an actual police force. Afraid you would actually have to follow the law? Rich boy law is a sham. It only works for the Wild Pines lady. So keep your lab and watch your ass out there. The coast is a dangerous place for a lawman, especially Mr. Can Opener here. Wow, so someone's been a little boring. What? Yeah, yes, my standard liege. Someone's seen all sorts of wild ideas pop off and thought, I'll take the boring one, the regular one, the brown. I like brown. I like standards. Look, I'm just trying to do my job. No need for extravagance. What is this? Picking on me for not being crazy enough? That's the least of my concerns. No need to be defensive. The regularity, the brownness, the cut and dry have their appeal. A very standard appeal. Look, I'm just trying to do my job. Of course you do. You have no need for extravagance. Of course you do. Let's get right to it. My lord's copper-type is regular cop. I'll let everyone know. I'll send out a telefax. Wait. This will be my copper-type now? Yes. The type of cop you are, sire. Think of it as a caste. A class, even. A nation of regular law officials that you belong to. It comes, of course, with the usual benefits. Why not? Send out the telefax then. I'm not ashamed. Thought gained. Regular law official. Done and done. No actual communiques will be sent, of course. That would be too dramatic. Alright, let's check out this door. It could be connected to the barred door upstairs. Try the spare key. The key fits the dimple lock. It takes a bit of effort to turn it after all these years, but then the lock clicks. The darkness before you smells like engine grease and cut wood. Excuse me, Mr. Chef, I'm just going to step inside this weird room that's been locked forever. I bet I probably need a friggin' flashlight. Or I just need to step further into the room. This pinball says Franco-Nigerian. The theme is horses and swords. I literally can't see anything. Excuse me? Like, what in the heck is going on here? Alright, let's try again. Maybe I bugged the game out a little bit. Is it supposed to be this dark? Small elevator is dimly lit by a bulb that's been glowing for ages. Are you sure? Because I don't see a thing. The lattice bulb is open, inviting you to... The lattice cage is open, inviting you to step inside. Okay, let's look in. Smells of nougat and sweat. Your head brushes up against the ceiling. There's a control panel to your right, and just enough room for 2 people to fit. The maintenance card under the control panel reads, Last maintenance, 10th of July, 88. It says the last maintenance was in 88. That it does. I say let's brave it. This elevator was last maintained in the future? Or 88. This elevator was maintained a long time ago. At the end of the last century. Look on the bright side. If it fails, we will only sustain minor injuries. I'm talking 3, maybe 4 months in the hospital. Maximum 5. Look at the controls. They're large rectangular buttons. Monter, descendre, call for emergency, and an international call for emergency assistance. The third one appears to be broken. The small steel plaque reads, "The Halter 800. Halter is a Kunningsteiner lift company who went out of business a long time ago." Well, let's close the doors and go up. Well, at least we can see in this room. Thank you. Small windows taped shut with black plastic. You can't see outside. Boxes of tools and replacement parts line the shelves. Schematics for a pinball machine. Futurism themed. So there was a pinball company here or something? Take a jacket with empathy and hand-eye coordination. Nice to have another empathy item. The pinball maker's coat. The pinball machine has been taken apart and gutted. So this is where they brought faulty pinball machines to fix them up a long time ago. Everything is covered with dust now. Lieutenant looks around in the dusty, crowded room, inspecting the tools on the shelf. Looks like they gave up on fixing the pinball machines at some point. Or this used to be a pinball workshop. Looks like it. I'm guessing Martinez North 22 used to be a pinball arcade before it became a hostel. There are machines left over. A creak. Some dust falls off a shelf. Downstairs in the hall, next to the main door, one of them even works. I've seen one of the Hardys bang away at it. Remember the dice maker? Then that means the Whirling in Rags was once the East Delta Pinball Arcade? This is all that's left over from that? Ah, yes, as the novelty dice maker said. Makes a note in his notebook. This has absolutely nothing to do with the case, I'm sure, but I do like a nice little connection. But then it went bankrupt. Your skin crawls for making the connection. Could this mean the Whirling in Rags really is part of the doomed commercial area? If that's true, then our cafeteria manager is not going to like it. We should tell him what we found up here, admitting that suspicion. He does not appear to be the kind of man who likes his establishment to be part of a neighborhood ghost story about bankruptcy. Looks like they gave up fixing them at some point. Some point 20 years ago, 15 maybe, before pinball went out of vogue. What are footsteps? Someone's been up here. You clearly see footprints in the downy carpet of dust covering the workshop floor. Jackpot. These, unlike everything else here, are new. Someone's been here within the last week or two. 3 weeks maximum. From the dust coverage. Could have been 1 week too, you know, officer. Task complete. It was a stereo investigation after all. It is now converged with our main investigation, adding a new fact to consider. Alright, what does this mean? It means someone snuck through what seems like a secret route leading to the roof, then where you can shoot our victim, from where you can shoot our victim. This is significant. These prints, officer, could be the prints of our killer. Well, let's take a look at them. Large prints, most likely made by boots. The size is hard to determine. Sole could be bigger than Vamp. The soles have left a pattern, uniform, horizontal line. One person has been here. They've gone back and forth, tips point both ways. Shoe size is 41 or 42, maybe 43. It could be a large-footed woman or a small to average-footed man. This is, unfortunately, the worst, most vague shoe size there is. The prints look like one person went back and forth. Between that, he points to the elevator, and that, the barred door. This print doesn't look like the odd-soled print we found in the hanging, Kim. He inspects the tracks closer. The size look about the same. They're not the same shoe, but they could be the same person. This doesn't look like the worker's boots. No, these little horizontal lines are different. They look custom made to me. Or some kind of foreign print? Hard to say. Still a boot though. Let's move on. What do we have here? There's a tiny hole in the wall. You see a bedroom on the other side. Oh, so she could have been spying. You can almost see the shape of a man and a woman writhing inside, bathed in drug sweat and dirty linens. Bottles lie everywhere inside. Think I can see into Klasha's bedroom from here. You can barely see, though. Better not jump to sensationalist conclusions. The footprints on the floor, however, definitely suspicious. What were those people doing in there? I mean, we know what they were doing in there. You lean closer to the people instinctively. I bet they're doing something quite unnatural there. Sensationally unnatural. Level up. And then the door. This is the barred door you tried to kick in before. Lightly punch the door once more, just in case. So, what's on the other side? Yeah, let's punch the door, just in case. The door shudders a bit, as though we're laughing at you. I just needed to get a little knock in, like, I know you, door. So what's on the other side? Unless we veered off into a folded M dimension, I'm expecting to step out on the roof. We could ask Klasha about this route, see how she reacts. Folded M dimension, a reference to the popular science fiction series in System. Look who's in a good mood suddenly, and read science fiction. Alright, let's unbar the door. Let's open the door. Let's point a flashlight directly in Klasha's face. Hello, ma'am. Come through your door.
Officer, what brings you up here in the rain?
Tell me what happened. I think we're done here. I have a couple of questions. I think we're finished here. I need to talk to you about your room. Oh, there we go. That door there. Did you know it leads to a downstairs elevator? I did not. Do you think this has something to do with what happened? It's possible. She keeps looking at the door with a worried expression. The wind ruffles her hair. There's a peephole on the other side, looking into your bedroom. There are tracks on the floor. They're recent. It's an old pinball workshop. The room back there, this place used to be a pinball arcade. Let's start with that one. Okay. I'm glad someone's had fun. But also, there were tracks on the floor. They're recent, huh? This isn't good. She's straight as a stick suddenly. And there's a peephole on the other side. A peephole? You mean like a hole in the wall? Yes, into your bedroom, miss. The unmade bed is visible through the glass. Okay. Not through the glass. He's pointing back at the, I was like, why is there glass in the peephole? But I didn't read it fully. He's pointing backwards into the bedroom. Okay. A jitter of fear and disgust moves through her body, beginning from her shoulders and ending in her hips. The cigarette tastes foul to her now. Do you think this is somehow connected to me? It could just be a coincidence. It could be connected, or we don't know at this point. No, I think it is connected to you. Not maybe to you, but at least to him. It could be. Okay, do you have any idea, have any way of knowing how long it has been there? Fortunately, no. But if I were to guess, long enough. The perforation is under the bookshelf on your wall. It should not be hard to cover with some tape. If it is recent, who do you think made it? Shit, I don't know. Maybe it's been there for a long time. Maybe the local kids use it or something. I don't know. She does. She must have some idea. I'll be fucking covering it up with a lot of tape, that's for sure. Was there anything else back there? You must have some idea who would have interest in making that hole. Honestly, I have no clue. Yet, maybe it's something she's keeping for a later move. When she's more sure of herself. Alright, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's just get out of here. We're going back downstairs through your room, lady. I'm not taking that elevator again, that's for sure. It's a death trap. She's made around 4 months of payments for this room. Okay. I don't know why that was so important to tell me right now. Okay, we're coming up on 4 o'clock in the afternoon in the game. We're also coming up on over an hour of recording, so we got to wrap this up. Garta, let's, you know what? Flashlight, just be gone.
Hey, was there something you needed?
Garta, I saw another thing at the Whirling. Another thing? Great, I love those. Klasha, in room 3. She nicked the phone line. No, let's not talk about that. Garta, what if I told you I got into the back room behind the blue steel door? Oh, okay, well, I did hear you make noise back there, so good for you. He's really, really holding himself back here. Aren't you going to ask me what's back there? Okay, what is it? Skeletons, a museum of the dead, or mausoleum of the dead, pinball machines, a pinball workshop, nothing. The black gaping maw of the end of time. Well, it is a black gaping maw because I couldn't see crap. I need to go back and look again to see if maybe the game has figured itself out. Pinball machines, a pinball workshop. Ha! I knew it. I've always wondered where those machines by the door came from, and they told me there was some kind of pinball thing here too. I knew it. Were there any back there in working order? Why, do you want to play? Because I might be up for a game. No, I was just wondering if you found pinball machines there. He was wondering about something business related, about how much money he can make off one of those. Thinking of turning this place back into a pinball arcade? If you're thinking of selling those pinball machines, I want a fat cut. C-suite shit. I'm a disruptor. I feel a capitalist plot coming up. Are you thinking of turning it back into a pinball arcade? No, but we could diversify the entertainment options, seeing as you've opened a back door there. The machines we have in the corner now is broken. It wouldn't hurt to get a little life in here, other than the hellish karaoke machine. That one's always causing trouble. Tell me about it. Yeah, those numbers he's adding up must be making good sense to him right now. He should still know. You have to be forewarned about these things. I have to warn you, I may have discovered the whirling as part of the Doom commercial area. What? Why would you say that? We're at a completely different address from that whole thing. So he knows of the Doom commercial area and its address. He's thought about this. Wait, so you know of the curse? The whirling is listed on the intercom outside as one of the businesses in Building B. You should get your wiring fixed. I tried to call and couldn't reach you. I've been working here for a long time, and that intercom has never been used by the whirling. Hold on, not once? Isn't that already a sign of decline? The whirling was once the East Delta Pinball Arcade before it failed. It's only a matter of time before the whirling fails too. The whirling was once the East Delta Pinball Arcade which failed, though perhaps the whirling will escape the curse. Does this look like part of the Doom commercial area? This pre-revolutionary tile work, these high ceilings, the nice rooms, well, most of the rooms. For 14 years, man, that's how long I've worked here. I've kept this place up through the hail and through sleet. Fuck me if some Doom ghost. You must really care about this place, since you've worked here for so long. Or, who owns this place? No, you must really care, Gartha. Yeah. It's slowly growing on me again. It's beautiful in its own way, especially for this neighborhood. I've been trying to keep it that way, even if it is part of the damn Doom commercial area. Ah, so you finally admit it. You shouldn't be so worried about that label, you know. Task complete. The Doomed Hostel? I don't place much stock in the curse and so on, but the label frightens the clientele. Who wants to say the Doomed Hostel? Everything's doomed enough without that. So who owns this place, Gart? Some real estate management company. They never come around here, just collect money from afar. Honestly, I think some money laundering might be involved. Well, who named it the Whirling in Rags? Well, it sure as hell wasn't a real estate company. It was you? You look surprised. What? It's a great name, I know. Cafeteria managers come up with great names, too. It's from a song. What song? Hail Holy Queen by the Ateniers. Hail Holy Queen of the Sea, you're whirling in rags, you're vast and you're sad. Good pick. Well, good luck to you with this place. Well, too bad it's doomed then. No, good luck to you, sir. Luck has nothing to do with it. He looks to where the hidden room is. I need to think about where I'm going to place those pinballs. I have a feeling they're going to help. Against the doom, it's implied. So if you don't have anything else to tell me about my establishment, or can we, wrap it up? There's a peephole in the wall. What? Upstairs in the secret back room, right next to Klosh's bedroom. I found it when I found the pinball machines. I'll have it fixed at once. Thank you for letting me know. I assure you, the whirling does not abide spying on its guests. The color is drained from his face. Are you sure you haven't been spying on your guests? Are you sure you? No, I don't think he has. Alright. Maybe he has. The color has been drained. Are you sure you haven't been doing it, sir? Absolutely not. Fuck you for even applying it. It wasn't me. It was my staff. The establishment will look at it and ascertain what it was. Well, he's definitely not lying. He would endanger his business like that. Sir, he was only asking a question. It's his job and mine. See that it's covered. Yes, I absolutely will. Sorry, it's been a bit of a day. And now a hole in the wall. Alright, well, you've been notified, sir, and I'm not going to tell you that she nicked the phone line. Goodbye. Though, honestly, you should give me a free room in here because of the fact... Yeah, something was definitely weird about the game earlier. It was bugged out. This pinball is white Diora. The black glass shows a female in mourning. All these mesmerizing machines just waiting to be plugged back in and played. Run your fingers across the dust of the white Diora. Looks like it might jump back to life at any moment. The lights illuminating the white-robed woman. What's a white Diora? Some kind of inane pinball theme? Probably related to Messina during the DeLorean age. The history themes are the worst. The Lieutenant grimaces, looking at the machines. How about we fire up one of these bad boys and play some ball? Sounds like you don't enjoy pinball, Kim. No, I love it. I love pinball. Who doesn't love pinball? Let's move on. He doesn't. What about that other one? The Franco-Nigerian ball. Want to play that? No. Okay, well then, it's enough of that then. NB, the spare key is tied to the bush outside the corner room window. Why would you write that on a note? So I'll tell Titus about the thing, about our little journey through the secret area, and then I guess we'll end the episode.
The Coppernado is back. What do you want?
I want to go over a few things regarding the disappearance again. I guess I can't tell you that I went to the room. Okay, well, let's go ahead and load up the outside, and then we'll end it. We have 102 real. Alright, well, we have so many different things. All these, we got regular law official. Really seems like we are we're somehow getting close to the end. There were a lot of times where I was like, I have no idea what I'm doing, but it seems like things kind of laser focused down on finding this Ruby, whoever she is. So hopefully we'll do that. We've been playing probably for 31 hours in total, and that's pretty long from what I've seen other people play of Disco Elysium, but it's been a fun time. So thanks for joining me. I do hope you enjoyed it, and do hope to see you again next time.